no. Not once, not twice, dozens of times. You don't look the part. There's no market for what you're trying to do. Try pop, maybe. But she didn't fold. Karol G turned those NOs into her fuel, into her reason. In an industry where reggaeton was owned by men, dominated by men, she entered the arena anyway. Now, she isn't just part of the game. She is the game. Her 2023 album, Mañana Será Bonito, made her the first woman to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 with a Spanish-language album. But to understand the full impact of that, you have to rewind the tape. Before the lights, the record deals, and the stadiums, there was Carolina, a girl from Medellín with a dream and a father who believed in her more than the industry did. He drove her to every opportunity. He helped her record her first demo. When the doors closed, he reminded her there were always windows. 2006, Karol G signed her first record deal with Flamingo Records in Colombia. Small label, big dream. And yet, after initial hype, the industry still pushed back. She wasn't marketable. She wasn't mainstream. One A&R executive even told her to stick to background vocals. Instead, she doubled down on her voice, raw, distinct, emotional. By 2013, she was standing on stage with a fresh perspective. Reggaeton had been defined by men for so long. Could a woman make her mark? She was about to find out. Do you believe success is about breaking rules or rewriting them? Let us know below. Stick around. 'Cause what happens next turns this from a story about rejection into one of revolution. Karol G was born as Carolina Geraldo Navarro in Medellín, a city known for resilience, transformation, and culture. That shaped her. Just 14, she took her first shot at fame. L Factor X, Colombia's version of the X Factor, was her stage. But she didn't win. She didn't explode overnight. While many artists give up after early rejections, she did the opposite. She went to music school. She worked behind the scenes. She studied the business. In her early 20s, she took the bold step of moving to the US to learn English and music marketing, an investment few Latin artists make early on. She knew the dream would require global fluency, not just linguistically but strategically. After years of struggling, she moved to Miami, where the Latin music scene was alive and thriving. It wasn't easy. She had to start from scratch again, learning how to hustle in a new city. Would you be willing to leave your country and comfort zone for your dream? Think about it. That decision, to invest in herself when there was no guarantee of return, was one of her smartest moves. From working at parties to writing songs for others, she was laying bricks quietly, strategically, one by one. The reggaeton scene had gatekeepers, and they weren't exactly welcoming. Her early demos were ignored. Labels said she wasn't urban enough, then said she was too urban. She was told to change her look, her voice, even her name. The industry wanted her to fit in. She chose to stand out. She went independent. She self-funded her music videos. She cold-called radio stations. She toured in cars. That era taught her what most artists never learn: how to build from scratch, how to sell herself without a machine behind her. Before she was a headliner, she was a warm-up act. For a decade, Karol G dropped singles, shot videos on a budget, played shows in college gyms. She was out there on the road, hustling through uncertainty. Every song, every performance was a new chance to prove she belonged. No big features, no major label push. But she kept going. That consistency, invisible to most, became her foundation. Her breakthrough wasn't a moment, it was a mountain of preparation finally meeting opportunity. Fast forward a couple years and we got Bishota. It wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. Karol G took a term once used for criminal power and flipped it into female empowerment. Her fans weren't just dancing, they were feeling something. Her brand of reggaeton didn't mimic the boys, it redefined the genre from a woman's point of view. That authenticity was magnetic. In 2021, she followed up with Tusa and TQG Viral Global Undeniable. She wasn't just winning Latin charts. She was dominating Spotify globally. In 2023, Mañana Será Bonito changed everything. It wasn't just a hit album. It was a historic moment. The ceiling didn't break. She shattered it. The album became a reflection of her resilience, evolving sound, and unstoppable force. Set new records, drawing millions of listeners from around the world. And yet, the story of Karol G wasn't just the rise of a musical artist, it was the rise of a movement. Music made her famous. Branding made her powerful. She partnered with major companies, but always on her terms. From Crocs to makeup lines, everything had a message: unapologetic femininity, freedom, rebellion. She even used fashion as a weapon. From blue hair to biker jackets, everything was intentional. Then came the red hair era, symbolizing a new chapter, a new sound, a new strategy. Karol G's brand was never about just making money. It was about creating a legacy of authenticity and empowerment. In business, they call it the blue ocean strategy. Create your own market so you're not just fighting in someone else's. Karol G did just that. She blended vulnerability, strength, softness, and rage, all wrapped in art. Karol G is not just an artist. She's a lifestyle, a brand, a movement. Her impact is generational. Girls see themselves in her. Boys respect her hustle. In Colombia, she's more than a star. She's a national symbol. Around the world, she's a Latina leading on her terms. She funds scholarships. She supports women-owned businesses. She speaks openly about mental health and identity. Karol G doesn't just inspire, she acts. Her success story is a blueprint for legacy building. Karol G's story isn't about a lucky break. It's about resilience, vision, and guts. She didn't fit in, so she made space. She didn't wait for the call, she dialed her own number. You've got a dream, take this with you. Study the game. Bet on yourself. Be ready to evolve. The world didn't hand her anything. She took it. Now ask yourself, what door are you ready to kick open? Leave a comment. Start a conversation. And if Karol's story inspired you, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Success Symphony. More stories like this are coming.